What's up, everyone? I'm at YCS Cancun with Brayden Hayes, right?
Yes.
Brayden Hayes here. He's going to show us what he played today at the event, and let us know what he thinks about the deck and what he thinks could be better moving forward.
Sure.
So, what'd you play today?
I played Unchained, and I did the worst that I've ever done at any YCS. So.
Might have asked what your record was?
I went 2-3.
2-3?
2-3. It was bad, bro.
All right. Show us what the spice was and what you think might have to change.
Okay. Starting off with starters, I played 1 Rhino, 3 Tour Guide. There shouldn't be a debate. You have to play this. 3 Shavara and 3 Arwa. These again wouldn't change these. These are starters. You need to max out on these like always.
Okay. So it's pretty standard for those first 10 cards.
Yeah. Then I play a couple 1-ups. We play these 5.
Yeah.
At Vancouver, I played 2 of each of these, and I wasn't playing Dark Contracts, and I wasn't playing this. I might go back to that. I don't know if I never felt like I needed more of these, though. That's one thing. Sometimes I want more of these, like leading into the mirror to like play in a Caesar. That's about it. This card has never came up for me today.
Okay, I've heard a lot of players were playing that in the side. How do you feel about that?
I mean, you can. It just helps you check out for the mirror. The reason why I put it in is because I felt like the representation and the numbers for Unchained would be a lot higher for this event than they were at Vancouver and Sao Paulo. Just because of how high the conversion rate was, I thought that would attract more people to the deck.
Yeah, people just were not ready for it at Vancouver.
Yeah.
And that might have been the difference here,
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. And then non-engine, I did 3 Nibiru. Nibiru's like the best card in the game going first, so the main reason why I played 3 of it. And like, most of the time it's a pretty good card. It's also just like a skill check in the mirror.
Yeah.
So I like this card. It's good. Then I played the Dark Contracts. This, I actually didn't like the Dark Contracts. This was the first time I played them. I felt like the follow-up that they provided was very useful, and I liked that it helped in time. But I felt like this engine could sometimes not be very good whenever you draw like the Requiem. For some reason, I always draw the Requiem. I just don't draw the contracts. So, I mean, that's really bad reasoning. But I mean, I don't know. I guess that might be a reason why not to play is because this card's a brick, and if you see this, it sucks.
Yeah. Oh, what was the count in the deck?
41.
41? Okay.
It's 41 cards. This would just be more non-engine if I were to cut it.
Yeah.
I think this deck's it just helps this deck with consistency if I play this. And then just more consistency cards, the 3 Prisons and the 3 Prosperity. These cards are broken. There's no reason to not play.
I'm amazed it didn't get hit on the list. Honestly.
Which one? Prosperity?
Prosperity? Yeah, everybody was like, Prosperity 2, Prosperity 2. It's a bad time to buy Prosperities.
Prosperity's a god card, bro. I'd be very sad if it hit Prosperity, but that card's very broken, so I wouldn't be surprised. Played 3 Thrusts and 1 Triple Tactics Talent. I mean, this is like the best card against Unchained, like generic.
Yeah.
Main board non-engine that you have, and like most of the time it's pretty good versus most decks. It's good versus Purely because you can thrust out this. I mean, I think it's good. I think Thrust is a good card to play.
Yeah.
And like it also has the added benefit of like rotating for an Abomination's Prison into a board, or like rotoing for like setting a really broken trap going first post side, which we'll get into later.
Yeah. I'm glad you play the right ratio of talents.
Yeah.
The ratio is 1. It's always 1. It's never more than 1.
It depends. I actually played 3 talents in Vancouver.
How'd you do in Vancouver?
I did better than I did here. Because this deck just eats hand traps.
Yeah.
Like no big business. And like through Nibiru, like talents is insane against Nibiru.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like talents. So maybe I would play more talents again. I like that card. I did Eclipse. This is like probably one of the best non-engines right now. just really broken.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
insane going
as
first.
Cash is still in the format, it just blanks the Cash board. You know.
Yeah, I mean, even then, it's good against other matchups too. It's good in the mirror because you can book Caesar and that just like trades. Like basically, it's a 2-for-1.
Yeah. Chain to the Yeet.
Change to the Yeep to beat purely, and like going first in the mirror, it's really good. Going first into pretty much every deck, it's really good. So Clips is good. I play 3 for sure. One of this, and I mean this stuff basically, it's just all the spells and
Yeah,
traps.
something like you have to play.
This could be a 3rd chamber. It's just activatable going 2nd, which is why I wanted to play it rather than a 3rd chamber. So. That was a main deck, 41 cards. It was fine. I mean, maybe I would play more non-engine, maybe more hand traps. That's something I missed from my Vancouver list. But, I mean, overall, I'd say it was fine. I think it was just unfortunate luck for this event. Can't win every game. Sometimes your pot just doesn't hit the card that you need, or your opponent just shuffles your deck into 4 traps in a book. It happens.
Happens, man.
Yep, and then extra deck, 2 Yama. I think if you summon the 3rd Yama, you've already lost. So
That's a good way of looking at it.
yeah, I feel like 2 was all you needed. 2 Rage. I don't really go through 2 Rage, but I mean, it's just good to I'd rather have 2 Rage than not have 2 Rage. Same thing with the Yama. But like, yeah. I'd just rather have 2 Rage. I'm definitely playing more than 1 Yama. I will say that for sure. Anguish. This could actually be 2 as well. That was a really big debate before this tournament, was whether I wanted to play 2 of these or another card in my extra deck that we'll get to later, but I ultimately decided to play 1. I think that was alright. I didn't really miss another Anguish. I don't know, maybe I could have played a 2nd Unicorn as well, maybe. I mean, there's just a couple random things like 2nd of this, 3rd of this, Goddess.
Yeah.
Just random cards to play.
Yeah, but going into like, you'll never know which of your games are going to be grind games and which of your games are going to be just quick finishes. So like, sometimes it's hard to determine those ratios going into an event.
Yeah, I mean, playing a 2nd Anguish makes things a little bit easier, I think, but it doesn't feel needed.
Yeah.
Abomination, this card's good. Griffin and Unicorn. I summoned Griffin a lot in Vancouver. I didn't summon Griffin a single time here. Yeah, I just felt Blinding Caesar was better because I was playing the contracts. It just made more sense to blind Caesar than to blind Griffin. Especially now that everybody knows about this. It has like a target on its back.
Yeah.
Unicorn's broken, which is why I think Unicorn's crazy. Muckracker, and then Goddess. I played this instead of the 2nd English and the 3rd Yama. I just wanted to be able to out Warland.
Yeah.
Or like,
Or a big Pearly.
I mean, it doesn't really come up to out Big Pearly, like you would think.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's for Borland mainly.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be able to say, "Fuck you, Borland, go die." 2 Caesar. It's for the mirror. You just want to have 2 because sometimes you link one off. Darius, Machinex, and Zeus. Machinex is good. Contracts, Zeus, Talents. And this is like a time card, and so also just like for tour guide, so it's kind of cool. That's extra deck, 15 cards, just whatever. Side deck, I sided 3 Might. Just I really wanted to tech out for the mirror.
Yeah.
Felt like I would see a lot of that, and I didn't because I dropped round 5. So.
Did you catch any of these yourself though? Did anybody hit you with a marionette like today?
No, but I played around it every single time.
Oh, okay.
There's a combo, the new board that my deck makes. I play around Marionette Knight, basically, every time. And 3 Ash. Ash is good. Yeah, I play around Marionette Knight and I play around Ultimate Slayer. Those are like the 2 cards to mainly play around.
Yeah.
And then I side the other take cards. These two.
Ooh.
These cards are broken. So I mean, maybe I could have played in a Rise Heart too. That was another thing, maybe. Because if I played a Rise Heart, I can like take their Fenrir and then just like throw in a Rise Heart on it.
Yeah.
It's like really broken. Like take their Shang. But I mean, I don't know. These cards are good. This should be played. I mean, I'm not sure. There might be something better for the mirror now. Maybe Phantasme. Maybe Bestials.
Yeah, Phantasme would be pretty.
Than like these, because if people start doing what I did, where they just end on Shavara in hand every game, this card is like kind of mid. You know what I mean? I mean, it beats Griffin, so I mean, it's something. Duster, card's broken.
Yeah.
Herald of the Abyss. This was for Meow Meows.
Yeah.
Just needed it. Lightning Storm.
Yeah, the back row trio.
Yeah, just the 3. I mean, it's also good against cash too. That's the other thing. I use this against cash a lot. Sometimes I'll even side 1 in the mirror. Because you could just like storm their back row and then Machine X Zeus or like Tour Guide Zeus.
Yeah.
And then the last 3 cards in my side deck were D-Barrier, Dharma Cannon, and Trap Tracks.
What's Trap Tracks? I've never seen this card.
So this card is like Trap Trick, but instead of banishing a normal trap from your deck, you target a monster you control and destroy it, and then you set the trap from your deck.
Wow, that's pretty broken. In this deck, it's that's kind of broken.
Yeah, because you could just set it with. Basically, the idea of Trap Tracks is that it acts as the second copy of each of these cards.
Okay.
Or it can be like a second copy of this.
Yeah.
Or another copy of this.
Yeah.
So it's just more copies of your broken trap cards, and like it's also thrustable, but it's pretty good. I feel like this card's like obviously if you thrust this out in the mirror going first, you're in a really strong position. Same thing like this versus Pearly.
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, I thought about taking this in. And I also thought about taking this in, but this was a no for me because I was like, there are people who are actually cross out decks.
Cross out D-Barrier, yeah.
Cross out D-Barrier. So I was like, okay, it's the Daruma Cannon. Then I was like, I don't feel like it hits enough decks. But no, it would have been a good tech choice.
No, I think so.
Yeah.
And then the last cut actually from my side deck, the very last minute, the last cut I made was Ice Dragon's Prison.
Really?
You could also side Ice Dragon's Prison.
That would be really good against the mirror.
Yes, it would be for the mirror, just for dragons, because you have a 70-30 dragon matchup.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I think that was my loss. That was my round 1 loss was dragons, because I mean, just brick 2 games in a row. I mean, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, IDP would have helped. It would have been another thing I could use. So. Maybe I would have played IDP. That might have been maybe one change in my side. I guess something I'd cut maybe would be maybe a Might.
Yeah.
Because that's what
it seems like it didn't really come up today. You know.
Might never came up. I sided it in against the mirror, but I never saw it in the mirror. I saw Change of Heart in the mirror instead, and Change of Heart did the same thing. Maybe Fenrir might be something to think about too in the main.
Yeah.
Because I mean Fenrir deals with the Caesar board pretty well.
Would you 2 or 3?
3 Fenrir for sure. Maybe 3 Fenrir for sure. I mean, maybe also I would main this. Maybe main a Change of Heart. There's just lots of things to keep in mind. Maybe Ultimate Slayer because it's thrustable. Just lots of things like that.
Did you ever consider Evenly as a board breaker?
Evenly was also another card that crossed my mind as well. Maybe in retrospect, this could also have been an Evenly.
Yeah.
To like respect Chimera a little bit more, or like respect the mirror. But I didn't think I needed it, to be honest. I felt like it was fine without it. And I didn't. It was whatever. I did terrible anyway, so.
I mean, I appreciate the deck profile, and I also appreciate the insight, because we can take a lot of information for this, and think about
Absolutely.
what's better, what's worse for the next event,
Definitely.
Moving forward, do you think you're going to keep playing this, or are you going to move on to something else?
For big events, possibly. I mean, it's right now. Obviously, it's the best deck. There's no debating that.
Yeah.
If I'm going to an event, I'm paying thousands of dollars for like travel and airfare and hotels. I'm gonna play the deck that gives me the best chance of winning. So maybe if it's still the best deck moving forward in the next month, probably maybe Rescue Ace, maybe Infernoble. I think Infernoble's heavily slept on. Going in this format, I think even maybe something like Exorcister might be something to visit because it's all the graveyard decks. But I mean, I don't know. I like this deck right now. I think it's good. I just suck with it, and also like it just wasn't my day with this deck today. That does kind of deter me from playing the deck sometimes.
Well, thanks for the deck profile, man, and I hope we see you tomorrow at the public events.
Sure.
All right.
We'll see. Thank you for the profile.
No, thank you.